So, Edmond, these bodies that are moving, they're all moving in a specific direction. They're not being slow about it. They are moving directly towards another body that is further down the hallway from them. They're moving in a beeline. That person is in cover and does seem to be firing a weapon. How clear is your vision exactly? Is it outlines? Is it exact details?
I'll read it. Like Firesight, this transmutation involves shifting the eyes of the Promethean to visualize spectra humans cannot perceive unaided. In this case, the shifting of ultraviolet and X-ray light, all bonuses for cover. While impediments to her vision, such as fog or rain, are completely ignored. Sight through solid matter. So I mean, you're looking with like X-ray, so it's probably like black and white. Like it's probably not incredibly detailed. Like, you know, you could still see what the objects are, but it's like probably kind of black, white, fuzzy.
So, with that being said, a good portion of these are, as stated, are humanoid, at the very least. The one currently in cover and firing cover is very clearly human. However, several of these look to be large dogs with massive tentacles coming out of the front shoulders.
Oh, shit.
Right, so before we enter this place, I'm going to warn you, we're not alone down here. I don't know what's in there, but it looks like the undead, and I understand that sounds incredibly cliche.
That sounds pretty normal for everything I've seen with you folks.
Right.
Alright. You know if they like fire?
Strange dogs, I don't know.
Okay. Alright.
There's one other person actively firing at them. I don't know who it is. I can't make out from here.
You think we want to leave him alive?
Well, I probably trust them more than shambling corpses in the bottom of the Pentagon.
Alright. I got a bit of an idea. We lure them out into here, and I think... You got any of those round explodey balls?
We are not luring them to our only exit point.
No, we climb up the ladder, and then,
Do you realize how long it took me to get down that ladder?
Fair point. Point is, I think might be able to mess them up with some fire. If
worst comes to worst, yes, I will take the fire into myself and do the same as I did in the parking lot back in Philadelphia. But it stings still. It's a new method. I haven't grown numb to it yet.
Yeah, that might be more reliable. Alright. She goes and checks her gun, and, alright.
Do you know how to use that? Considering you didn't really know what a tombstone was, I need to ask if you know how to use a firearm safely and effectively.
Oh, I know how to use a boomstick.
That fills me with so little confidence, but alas, onwards.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Is there anything like? Do I see like an armory or something anywhere where I can maybe perhaps pick up something with a little more firepower?
All right, so
I have a hunting bow.
Is it just offices down here?
No, it is not just offices. There's actually very few offices. You see a mainframe room. You do see offices, though. They do exist. However, the vast majority of this is laboratory. Holding cells. There is an armory of some sort, but it does have a very large bulkhead door, separating it from the rest of the compound. Also, with 20 yards, which I'm not great with math.
Probably not going to be enough. It's
60 feet?
yeah, 60 feet.
You do notice a control room, but you can't see anything further beyond that control room.
Oh shit, I forgot it.
This armory is attached to the control room, but it's still, you can't see the entirety of the armory. You can only see what looks to be like a couple of gun racks, and then it fades into nothingness as it gets outside of your visual range.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. We need to identify who this other person down here is.
That's a good idea.
If for some reason Marshall's been down here for 2 weeks firing away, then, well, we can get out of here pretty quickly.
I want to mention that Marshall hasn't been down here 2 weeks. He started looking for this place 2 weeks ago. Just clarification there.
Though we don't really know that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
all I know is he spent an hour walking to the hunter guy. He told him, yeah, go to the Pentagon, the subway. He came here immediately. He's been down here since, yeah. Okay, one final question. So this is like a top secret government facility. You know, what are the chances we got like auto turrets in the ceiling or something?
Really likely. You've already seen a couple, honestly.
Oh, they're there. Oh, and this place has power, you say?
Yes, it just probably whatever security system it has is currently disabled.
Well, I say we change that.
Oh, I can do that right now.
Okay. All right, hold on. Before you turn that on and it shoots
Rub your
us,
hands together.
let's get to this mainframe control area and go from there. I have a plan. I don't know what your plan is, but we'll discuss from there.
Yes. Also, GM question. Do we restore willpower from resting and whatnot?
You guys are, for the most part, mortal, so yep. Unless you don't sleep, like Edmond.
Yeah. Has it been more than 6 days?
Oh, yeah.
It's been 2
Okay.
weeks.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. All right. So when you want this turned on, we don't need to worry about them computer stuff. I got this little trick I can do, a little thing with my finger. Just get in there and everything just starts working.
All right, but
She chuckles at her own dirty joke.
we need to figure out how they operate first. If they're completely automatic, I don't know what their parameters are.
Yeah.
I would much rather just get them on and be able to manually control them from, say, that control room over there. Or maybe we'll find a security room.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
Let's just get there first, and we'll see what we can do from there.
Let's move.
Luckily, it seems like you're not gonna cross any resistance. It seems like everything in this building currently is focused on attempting to rid themselves of the person firing from behind cover. You don't know if maybe this person already made it to the control room. You can't be entirely sure at this moment. But right now, because of the attention they're pulling, you've got a clear shot.
I'm taking that clear shot, and I'm going straight there.
Yeah, I'm gonna head for that as well, I think. Rubbing her hands maniacally.
Doesn't take you long to get there. This control room is pretty much what you would expect it to be. It's a mass of panels, knobs, cameras. However, its main feature is a gigantic pane of glass. And the area outside of it, as you look out this pane of glass. Edmond's probably the only one that might know what the inside of a missile silo looks like. But it looks into what looks to be some sort of missile silo. That it's completely empty. There's no payload or anything.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, rumors were always there, but I didn't think they'd actually put a missile silo under the Pentagon. Be a little more inconspicuous. Anyways.
I mean, it's a giant Pentagon. I don't think it's that inconspicuous. You can see it from the sky.
Well, yes, but if you're putting a nuke in the Pentagon, they're going to automatically already nuke the Soviets aren't here anymore. Okay. Mainframe, yes, turrets.
Yes.
Are these computers and control panels, are they on? Power's still flowing?
Yes, power's still flowing. They're still activated. Systems might be a little bit wonky, They've been sitting there for a year, so...
Yeah.
Software's not updated by any stretch of anyone's imagination.
Well,
If
this
any
is
of it's-
our still running Vista anyway, so it doesn't matter.
If any of it's Wi-Fi, I should be able to look into the signals that are being sent out without needing to hack it. If any of it's running like radio or things like that.
There's not really any communicating going on right now. So you're not going to be picking up anything because it's not necessarily communicating with anything directly right at this moment. You would know that there are lines there, but they're inactive, so to speak.
Something there that can be activated with the right sort of approach. I say we hit all the buttons, see what this strange machine
Let's not
do.
hit all of the buttons. Let's analyze what buttons we're pressing. I'm gonna take a glance, like if I can find the button that says turret activation button or turret manual control.
You're not going to find any button that says
Yeah,
that.
I know. Okay.
You're going to have to give me an intelligence plus computers.
I got an idea. I got a kind of a dumb idea.
Best ideas.
Is this a dumb idea that is going to replace my role, or shall I still roll?
I'm gonna see if I can divine which buttons to push. Divine a button to push that's most likely to not kill us or the other person there. Let's see.
Intercom.
Which one? I think serendipity would probably be the best one for that.
All right, give us your serendipity.
And I will. That's not necessarily overriding the thing, but that's gonna try to get an idea there.
Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Resolve composure. That is with let's see. This would be with computers or something. I don't think I'm gonna. The reach thing shouldn't be necessarily so helpful, but yeah. Okay. That is with my no significant penalties. Touch. Yeah, instantaneous. So I think that should all be no extra bonuses or exceeding reach. So that's with the plus 3. Okay. Which of these buttons is the closest towards getting rid of all these zombies? Is the sort of stated goal.
Yes, there's 2 ways to go about that, so I'm bouncing.
Omen of how to get rid of the zombies.
I'm bouncing.
Quarantine purge.
Where is the activate payload button in the silo?
Self-destruct.
Well, as Edmond, I'll do it kind of like this. As Edmond begins to go through the computers, looking for turret activation or anything like that, Sage, as you're performing your spell, you're somewhat close to the console, and as you move one of your hands, you hit a button. That button, you hear the scraping of metal and what sounds like a decompressor chamber opening as the bulkhead to the connected armory begins to open. Edmond, you do find the turret control. Automated parameters are set to anything that moves at this moment.
Alright, that's not safe. So, can I change them to manual?
Yes, however, that is going to be something you have to hop from individual turret to do.
Well, okay. Here's my proposal. I activate Ghost in the Machine to help me do it.
I think I heard of that movie.
So at this time, go ahead and give me your roll for Ghost in the Machine.
Man, I love having pyros for once. It lets me do things.
Ooh.
2 successes. And with that, we're going to move over to Seth and Awat.
Alrighty.
So, you guys have been attempting to find a truck of some sort, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of moving trucks, etc. that you can find. It's, of course, finding one that works and one with gas that is problematic. As you begin your search, essentially it's a U-Haul depot. I want perception checks.
Hey.
Nothing.
1.
So, Awat.
Yes.
You do hear something. It's pretty far off in the distance, though. It sounds like vehicles. However, you hear 4 or 5.
What is that? What does that sound? Do you hear that, Seth? It's almost like one of these things, but that's more of them. Traffic? Is there traffic now?
I imagined Seth has found the reason that he's missed all of that is because he's got his head in underneath the steering column, and it's just hitting the block that you need to remove.
Give me a intelligence plus drive here, just because I know it's better than your crafts.
Thank you. And I am going to willpower this one. 1. I'm wrong. Garbage tonight.
1 success is all you need, though. I mean, you're able to get the block off without severely damaging things.
Okay, so sorry, you were saying.
I hear a group of vehicles somewhere. I can't really pinpoint where. There's a few of them. Are there more people coming in?
I don't want to chance it. Let's make this quick.
I'm debating whether we should hide or, finish as fast as possible and get back to the Arisen.
Is it one of those like two seats, or is like 2 rows of seats, or is it just a single row?
It's the single row. You could maybe fit 3 people in the front if you wanted to get really cozy about it.
Okay. Guess on the other side. Keep low.
Okay, in we go.
Are you guys hiding or driving?
Hiding, but I want to kind of go through the steps and find those 2 little cables that you push together. And
I mean, it takes a little bit finding the right 2 cables, but you have a guide, so I'm not going to make you roll for it. You would eventually figure it out with the book.
you're just there with like the torch in the mouth.
Eventually the engine comes on.
I won't start it until I'm sure, like, just that we've got a little bit of a lull, that they're not circling or anything like that.
To my understanding, as soon as you connected the wires, the engine came on.
Sorry, no, the engines that we heard of the vehicles.
Yeah, no, I'm saying when you touch the wires together, the engine for the car that you're hot wiring comes on, to my knowledge.
Yeah. I think so, yeah, I don't know.
I've never hot wired a car. I was hoping Pooter had.
I had not. I've seen movies.
I don't even know. I don't even know how accurate the 2 little wires is, or if that's just a movie thing.
Well, we're gonna go with the movie thing here.
It's more cinematic.
They don't seem to be necessarily circling, but they definitely seem to be in the area as you listen. It is a constant noise. It's not. Sometimes it gets a little closer. Other times it gets a little further. It definitely feels like they're maybe looking for something, or... I mean, Seth remembers when he was maybe 14, 16, and, went out for joyrides. Maybe this is just a joyride.
Only hope. Those are the days.
Okay.
Should we risk this?
I mean, we're on borrowed time as it is. At some point, we're going to have to make a move. I don't know how long these people will be here in the area, and we don't even know what they're doing.
Okay, so... And Seth's just going to mutter a little kind of sort of semi-whispered incantation, basically. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can right now, I'm just asking for your help. And go for it.
As you begin to make your way towards the Smithsonian, let me go ahead and pull up a U-Haul location. One moment here. So you would be essentially heading from somewhat northeast down to the Smithsonian. You're up around near northeast. It's literally one of the closer areas. And then you're going to be heading down to the Smithsonian, so you're probably going to end up taking New York Avenue Northwest down onto 6th Street Northwest to make your way. Major streets. It isn't until you get to roughly Chinatown that these engines, they've always been around. They just seem to be, as stated, moving around. You actually get to see the source of these engines, though. It's a group of about 6 vehicles. Most of them used to be sedans. I say the term used to because they've been heavily modified. One of them looks to maybe at one point had a sunroof, and somebody has found a way to affix a turret onto the top of it. And they're pretty much like they pop on and off streets doing donuts. However, yeah, it does look like it's just for lack of a better term here, a group of idiots. Maybe having a little too much fun.
Bandits on a joyride.
However, I am going to make a rule.
Oh no.
I'm on a chance, though.
I know it's a dramatic failure, too. Dang.
Let me refresh my page. Because I'm actually not clicked on to chance. It shouldn't have been rolling as a chance anyways.
We can leave it. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, everybody's perceiving. They're blind now.
They crash all their cars.
Yeah. What sort of strange jalopy is this?
All right.
I mean,
4 ones.
4 ones. Come on.
I feel like that's an omen.
They're just chilling. None the wiser to your passing. You literally get to see a sedan hit a ramp. It looks like they've made some sort of makeshift metal ramp and just hit this ramp and go flying through the air. Going no less than probably 102 at the very least as they hit this ramp and go up.
They have a death wish, it seems.
Oh my god.
Let's maybe go around perhaps this other way.
They're not necessarily in your path either. They're kind of off doing their own thing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, warily pass by, sort of avoiding them as much as possible, but making the journey back as quickly as we can.
It's probably another 15 or 5-10 minutes to get to the Smithsonian.
Excuse me.
Boom.
Having arrived there, are you just going to immediately start packing up the Arisen?
Work quickly.
Yes, we're going to request the assistance of some other people in the museum that are, idle hands.
Yeah, they're essentially on guard duty 24/7.
Okay.
The rest of the cult is pretty much just, we need to make sure this area does not get tampered with.
Ah, yes. Oh, by the way, there are some hoodlums in the area taking cars off ramps and stuff.
One of them kind of scratches his head. I don't see how that's any sort of issue if we're going to be moving the Masters. I mean, if we move the Masters... And then he kind of pauses. Well, actually, hold up. Now that I'm voicing this aloud, it does bring up a very valid question. Are we all relocating, or are we still supposed to make some sort of a semblance that this is still the base of operations here? Because we'll have to report that to, the organization so they know how to contact you.
Who runs security, so to speak? Who's like the informal head of security? So that's a question to GM.
I'm gonna answer it in game. One of one of the guys, the guy that you're speaking with, kind of laughs and he goes, there's never been any formality here. I mean, we all kind of work together. We all just want to keep the, obviously keep the master safe. So, I mean,
Of course.
you tell one of us and it's going to get around.
Who's, in your opinion, and of course, not getting back to it to anyone, just between you and I, who would you say is the most adept? Who's got the best eyes? Who's the most intuitive?
I'd like to say myself, but, that may be just a bit of wishful thinking.
Well, I'd say you and whoever you think is second best. I mean, I'm sure you... Is there any way you can stay nearby? Just keep an eye on the place. Don't...
So we're going to keep a skeleton crew here, and the rest are going where the masters go.
I think so. If anything happens, there'll be nothing here to protect. You look after yourselves, you escape, but let us know.
All right, seems easy enough. And then he starts letting everybody know, prepare to be moved. People start, there's a general commotion about the museum as individuals help you load the sarcophagi into the truck, making sure that they have all the things that they're going to need. Texts, canned prick jars, all the like. It does take a couple of hours, though.
Yeah, while we're watching this and going through things ourselves, when I've got a moment with Arwater, I can't help but feel that we were compromised once before. Could be that we've been infiltrated.
There's a fair suspicion.
And I know that your loyalty has been proven, and also, if this happened, you are the only person that's arrived since we were infiltrated, so it would have happened before.
Well,
I think right now, of everyone here, you're the only person I can fully trust.
okay. So, if there's no one specific that you suspect, then I would suggest a risky move. We split up the Arisen separately. Each send a group with each, send them out randomly. Each group does not know where all of the Arisen are. This should, at the very least, buy us some time. Confuse our would-be traitor. Perhaps even expose at some point.
In theory, yes. Like I say, you're the only person I'm trusting right now.
However, that would mean you would need more than one truck.
We would need more than one truck, yes. That's just a separate problem there, isn't it? Okay.
Well, we go somewhere that we know to be safe, and then we bring the others in. That's we relocate from a second location. Once of course, our newfound acquaintance and Edmond are back with us, and hopefully with Marshall, we can all relocate and go out and send the various Arisen various ways. I can't imagine that he would, and either Edmond or Marshall would take too kindly to us sending off that chosen deity on a mystery tour.
No, I don't think. I think the group that we've been with are, for the most part, trustworthy. Yourself, Seth, Ed, and Marshall. You know, the leaders of this particular group. You know, it's disappointing. I have a way, maybe, to root out the traitor, but it would require more Sechem than I have available, and I don't want to waste it.
And on that note,
Oh, I got an idea that would. So, at some point, they're not here for this conversation.
Yeah.
Edmond could help with this quite tremendously, actually, but he's not here.
He's not there.
yes. But speaking of Edmond and Sage, we're gonna go back to you two. Sage, your attention's obviously pulled towards the bulkhead doors opening up in a very immaculately kept armory with the type of weapons that I'm gonna say this, and I already kind of know that Sage probably wouldn't get this reference, but you as a player would be. We're talking a Men in Black style armory.
Oh, yeah. Now, Sage doesn't necessarily understand any of these weapons.
Yes.
But there's she knows what a gun is. She's inherited that much knowledge. And she knows the big ones do lots of stuff, usually. So she's just looking for the biggest gun that she can carry. To be fair, she has a strength of 1. Oh, you're you're muted, Livespark. Okay. Yeah, so she's just finding the biggest gun that she can carry in the arsenal.
So, the biggest gun that you can carry, because technically it doesn't have a strength limit here. It doesn't have a strength thing on it. It's actually a 2-part instrument. It is a backpack, a very large and heavy backpack, connected by cables to what appears to be for lack of a better term, a rocket launcher of some sort.
I don't know what this is, but I like it. I like this very much. And kind of knows what a backpack is. She puts on the backpack and tries to figure out where the trigger is, get a grip on the thing, and once that's kind of settled on, ooh, I see a bunch of just got.
Yeah, unfortunately, it copied something that I didn't necessarily want it to. Sorry about that. Let me.
Oh,
Are these story notes?
No.
No, this is from the book.
Yeah, this is directly from the book. I'm just.
Chapter 3, character creation.
Okay.
No.
You can clear the current chat log if it's an issue.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I am wearing earplugs. That was established. So, yeah. So I'm good. I think once she sees the results of this machine, she's just calling it. Well, Mjolnir actually works pretty well with some of her theming as One Eye. So yeah, she is marching in to go kill some fucking zombies.
So she does fire it once? Is that what I heard?
As I think after she has first fired it for the first time, I guess against the zombies in a bit. It's her Thunderhammer. It's her, this is Mjolnir.
What does the deaf and tilt do to me?
I'm so sorry. She fires this thing after picking it up.
Yeah, she just fucking shoots it at like down an empty corridor to test it, I think.
Oh, that's gonna. Wow.
Not only are you gonna deafen me, you're gonna tell the zombies where we are.
Deafened. Effect. If the character is deaf in one ear, he suffers a -3 penalty on hearing-based perception rolls. If the character is deaf in both ears, only gets a chance die on hearing-based perception rolls and suffers a -2 penalty to all combat-related dice rolls.
Mop. Mop. Mop.
Has this gone off already?
Yes. Edmond, it sounds like a grenade went off right next to you, and all you hear is ringing.
Edmond, honestly, probably instinctively hits the deck.
Yeah.
Just straight down.
Yeah, that's probably triggering, honestly. Like, extremely.
Edmund hits the floor, his handgun's already out.
Sage is very satisfied with this thing. Oh, yes.
And you just see Sage with that gigantic backpack and what looks to be like a bazooka.
What in the hell is wrong with you? You're gonna backblast yourself in here.
And she just goes, and just mouthing words, and you can't hear shit of what she's saying. And it seems enthusiastic about whatever it is that she's saying. Making big hand gestures. Boom.
As soon as Edmund has recovered, I'm going back to the turrets.
As for recovering, about that.
By recover, I mean recover enough to stand back up.
10
Ears are
minus
still ringing.
10 minus your stamina plus resolve.
10 what?
10 minus your stamina plus resolve.
Yeah, what is the unit? Turns, minutes,
turns.
hours? Turns, okay. So 3 turns, yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
10 seconds.
about 10 seconds later, your hearing slowly starts to come back.
Oh, yes, I'm gonna use this to blow up a lot of corpses. Oh, yeah. All right.
All things, shut the door behind you. Oh,
Can do.
has the horde or our unknown individual reacted to this cannon?
Yes, they've both kind of paused, and they're definitely looking around somewhat confused. Nobody's made any sort of move, though. It's about at this time that you really start looking that the individual sees a moment and then starts unloading, dropping a few before they turn their attention back.
All right. And I think she just takes up her cannon, aims it at some of these undead, not making sure not to aim it at the friendly or potentially friendly.
You will have to move to get into that position, as stated. They weren't necessarily on your way to it. You're going to actually...
Is there like a door between me and them? Or...
Doors and walls. You wouldn't actually even be able to see them because you can't see through walls.
I thought that this was like a big old atrium, kind of, but I realized that was because...
he can see it through walls.
Yeah. But I guess with my hearing, I could probably get a sense of whereabouts they are.
Yeah, you would definitely hear the firefight.
The gunshots are echoing. I mean, this is indoors.
Yeah.
God, those earplugs were a good investment. Yeah, okay. She's gonna start like heading off towards the door that leads into that room to bust some zombie heads. Yeah, how is the turret?
as Edmond gets back up, you do notice the armory that presumably Sage got the gun from being opened now.
I'll take a look after the immediate threat is dealt with. I have turret.
So
I trust good old machine guns more than experimental cannons.
So, you're using Ghost in the Machine, so you're just opening fire on these things?
Yeah,
As soon
if
as
there's a
the
roll, it's at a bonus.
as soon as the one turret that's capable of shooting them turns on, I am going to make an attack roll as one of the dogs immediately turns on it. This dog is probably going to die a horrible, horrible death. But
Technically already dead?
yes,
Dog's jumping up to the ceiling.
it has tentacles.
Yeah, how long are the tentacles? It's a ceiling.
These tentacles were like 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah,
Remember?
that wasn't what I
Remember.
remembered, but that's fine.
I don't think I ever... I stated
I
they were
guess
really long,
I
but
guess, yeah, you never gave us a length. I just kind of pretended they were like arms in my head.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
no.
reach very far.
no, they're tentacles. They are legit tentacles.
Suckers and all.
With a proboscis underneath the like spade flap.
Interesting biology. It's getting shot regardless.
Yeah, is it? This thing has 0 defense because I mean it can't move. It can't dodge attacks. It has armor.
Is that the turret or is that the dog?
That is the
Turrets.
dog.
Strength brawl, my friend.
Oh, I see.
This dog is able to, as you're shooting the dog, and it's able to get its tentacle and the proboscis up into the turret. You can tell that you can control the turret essentially mentally.
Technically, yeah.
You can feel the turret is sluggish now. It definitely...
A couple motors are broken, servos are...
It feels like
Well-
maybe that the proboscis thing that it had... I say this, not that... You can't see through them, correct? Actually, I should ask that.
I would just have whatever camera I'd have on the monitor.
Okay. You would be able to see the proboscis getting stuck in the motors.
Oh,
So
Oh, God.
essentially, you see the spade flap up, the proboscis coming out, the dog's down on the ground, and there's just kind of a tentacle, swinging in the air now.
Oh, so rip the tentacle off?
Yeah. It's a high enough caliber turret that when this dog... it pushed the dog's body away as it hit the dog.
Oh. All right. That's something.
It would be around this time that camera also sees Sage come around the corner.
She is strutting like an old-time gunslinger with her cannon kind of hanging heavy on her arm, sauntering in, and just squares up and,
Full power?
yeah, full power. I'm shooting lightning with this thing.
Alright, when used on its highest setting, the Mjolnir cannon is a ranged weapon with a damage rating of 4. Clip of 2, initiative of -3. It inflicts the knockdown tilt to its target if it hits. Any targets within shouting distance of both the weapon and the target suffer the deafening condition unless they're wearing hearing protection.
This is why you always carry earplugs. You go to a concert or something, wear earplugs. Because they might have a Mjolnir. Okay, is that a...
That's going to be your standard firearms roll.
Yeah. All right. Dexterity firearms. Not actually that good at that, but I'm gonna just, wing it. I'm sure that'll be fine. You don't know. I'm gonna spend a bit of willpower so I can get it back doing something interesting. Yeah. All right. Let's do this. 3 success. I guess they're flat-footed.
Yes. Well, it's a firearm, so they don't get their defense no matter what.
Alrighty. Bam! And,
This hits one of the more humanoid. They fall back. However, they're not dead.
it took 7 lethal damage?
Yep.
All it takes is a stamina of 3 to not die from that. I'll be very real with you.
This person, I'm not even going to say thing, as the smoke starts to clear, this person pushes themselves up off the ground and gives you a look. They look completely human. If it wasn't for the gigantic tumors all over their body, and their skin slowly begins to knit itself back together. You have just finished listening to this week's episode of Mummy the Curse 2nd Edition Final Hours, part of the Domain Gaming's Contagion Anthology, written and told by Wyverian. A special thanks to you, the listener. And if you wish to continue supporting us, subscribe, like, and share. As always, comments are welcome. Until the next chapter, don't stop asking yourself, in the fading memories of this dying world, can we discover a way to survive?